Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. Today we're going to be talking about the phones that I use here in 2022 and why I did not get the iPhone 14. So for every single year, I update either one of my phones or both of my phones. In this case, I have an iPhone 12 mini and I have an iPhone 13 Pro. And of course, the brand new iPhones came out, and for the last 10 years, I've been getting the brand new iPhones just without any hesitation. But it's kind of changed with how I use and create content and what I do with the phones. For now, I still have two phones and I use them throughout the day. I burn through a battery and then I need to use the other one, and it's just always something I have to have two of. For me, it just works out really fine. And for one reason why I did not upgrade is they didn't make a new mini phone. And I knew that for about a couple years going in. It's something that they tried for 1 year and didn't work out, and the next year they were forced because it was already kind of in production, and they made the 13 mini. And at some point maybe I'll just kind of like upgrade to that one just quietly, but missing a major upgrade is something that I don't do. And for me, this was kind of going to be the year. It's gone mini, Pro, so the next would have been the Pro Max. And the difference between, let's say, the 13 Pro and the 14 Pro is most likely just going to be that camera. The camera module that shoots 48 megapixels, that gives you cleaner images, more zoom. If you shoot in RAW, it's much more data. But for me, I found I use these cameras when I have them. I will use them. It's very good to have this here. I like the standard lens. I always shoot with a wide angle. I like to make videos with this. As a backup video, it helps so much just being able to shoot with these cameras here. And even with the 12 mini, this is all I need as a quick video and quick photography thing. You can shoot in RAW with the manual app. You can shoot in Pro RAW. Is it ProRes, Pro RAW, Apple RAW, whatever that would be, and you can edit it, you can play with light levels, and that still works out. But for me, I found that most of the time I have one of these with me. And this is a line from Canon that they no longer make, or at least I don't think they're going to be making it. This is the EFM mirrorless cropped sensor line. And I have basically every camera that came from this line, and I love this line. It is tiny, it's compact, it has great little lenses, and you can go all the way and shoot semi-pro with this one and a beautiful lens like the one that I'm using here. Or I can go down to a very minimal setup where this is the M100 with like a 16 to 45 if you just want something very casual. But then I found, yeah, I'm shooting with these ones, the one that I have here as well, and I'm using this to take the SD card and just to transfer everything in. So when I shoot, even with a tiny camera, I'm shooting more with this, and I'm using the horsepower of an iPhone 12 mini or 13 Pro to edit photos or video that I take from this, and I can literally do everything on the iPhone. I have iPads. Those are more like media consumption devices. Sometimes I'll crack open Lightroom to get some more finer edits, but I like to do like generalized editing because I'm not a huge, overly edited kind of person in my photography. So I just use something like Visco. In, out, done, upload or send to somebody, and then that's it. And it still works perfectly well on this. If I only had this and nothing else, my workflow would be a little bit slower just because I can render something with this and I can pick up the other phone and I can use this as well. So I'd be kind of cutting down on that. But this has all the horsepower for it. A 12 mini can still edit all my 4K video from this Canon M6 Mark II up until I've shot. I mean, the maximum this can go is 30 minutes or 29 minutes, but you can just have clip after clip and integrate everything. So you can make like a feature full-length video and edit it on, what is the app that I actually use? Video Leap. It's something that's pretty simple. That's all I need for just very casual editing. I'm very minimal. I just put like some text, title if it needs to be, and just edit, and minimal for me. As you know, in most of these videos, I don't even edit anything. So I just need it to render in 4K usually, and just 30 frames per second. It does it. I let it do its thing, and I use the other phone, and I go back to what I'm doing. Either watching YouTube videos, making calls, researching, anything of that. And it's been perfectly fine. So when I see that the only new update on the front is kind of that pill, I have friends who I've recommend get that phone because they're upgrading from much older phones. And this is the first year, again, that I haven't been waiting in line for an iPhone. And it feels really, really weird not having it. But literally looking at the phone that I have here, I'm not seeing much of a usable difference. I have the terabyte here, so I have all the storage that I need to kind of edit my files. I have my kind of on-the-go, maybe in pocket, running phone that I can do everything with. I don't need it. I've been trying to figure out what is the next big thing that Apple could do with their iPhones, because this, again, is the first year that I have not felt that urge to get a new device. The closest thing that I've gotten the urge to is the Ultra Apple Watch, but I think I solved my own problem by really using the low power mode on this. And I've been getting 3 days, if not 4 days of battery life, and I'm perfectly fine with that. This is, again, and I guess this is a tangent too, but think of that new iPad that just came out. I don't see the point of all of it. It's a worse iPad. It's more expensive than the old one with the Touch ID on the front. Maybe the screen's bigger, but that one, the old one was what, $329. The new one is $449. That's basically iPad Air territory, getting up there. I don't see the point. I really don't see the point, and I feel like for this year, Apple is stagnant. Apple has lost the ability to find something new to kind of reel people in. Because let me see, and I know they're going to come back. This doesn't mean they're done for good. This was a bad year for everything, especially with inflation going on and the possible recession coming soon. People are not going to be spending their money on this kind of thing. But what was so good about the 13 Pro? It was the camera module. It was still 12 megapixels. The screen ran at, was it 90 hertz or 120 hertz? Whatever it is, I don't use it at that. And this one is the normal one. This one is the higher refresh. Don't care at all. All I care is that it's OLED, and both of these are OLED. Even if I went down to the 12s, they're going to be OLED. So that's it. And then also, as you can see, the background here is exactly what you'd have if you had the 14 minus the little pill. So I can get all my information here. Oh, the new 14 has an always on display, but my friends have it too, and I find that completely uninteresting as of right now. So I'm trying to dig, and I'm trying to be fair to myself as possible, because maybe, who knows, maybe I'll convince myself of getting a 14 Pro, but it's not for me. And it's something where, again, if you're upgrading from an older phone to this, like maybe a 12 or an 11 to this, that's great. And for you, if you only shoot with these, the camera's on here, then the camera is a great upgrade, but this is a 20 or 24 megapixel sensor. You pair this with the right lens, this will blow the pants off any iPhone, and even the iPhone with the 48 megapixels. It just looks better, the background blur is better. You can do a lot more with even this basic kit lens, if not this f2 lens, which is really, really good for how small it is. And these ones, as they're kind of going out of production, they're going down. They're going to be going down in price because the new Canon cameras, because I'm a Canon person, Sony's also doing this stuff too. Canon's coming out with like an R10, an R7, and those are going to be $1,000 devices. These ones, You can still get, I think, this one, or maybe the upgraded version with 4K, because it shoots 1080p. You can get that for, I think, about $400 on B&H's website. And I may grab that too. I gotta chill, I have these cameras, I don't need it. But for me, I love having just a dedicated camera, and I love being able to import with one of these little dongles. SD in here, attached to the phone or attached to the iPad. The iPad, of course, has USB-C, so I have a different one, and you are set. I think that if you are a casual to professional video and photographer, where I am, I'm shooting casually all the time, I'm shooting my video casually all the time, but I also shoot professionally too for clients and for this channel and for other people. It is perfect. This is everything that I need. I don't really need to upgrade. Yeah, if you want that big screen, get an iPad, hook this up. You can get an older iPad and you're perfectly fine. You can still render everything. You can get all the edits that you need done, and I think that you're going to be fine. But this is just my kind of placement right now in where Apple is. And for me, I'm not a customer. It just doesn't make sense for me currently. Everything that I have from the last 2 years works out perfectly. So I guess it would be my recommendation, if you have a 12, 13, don't need to upgrade. If you have something that's maybe older than that, I think it may be time to upgrade, because as far as I remember, the 12 is the first time I had this squared off body, and for me that's just like the form factor that I really, really do like. But yeah, I'm set, but that's my situation. Maybe your situation is different. So put everything in the comment section below. If you have some different uses, if you find something that's extremely useful in the 14 or 14 Pro. 14 would not recommend to absolutely everybody. Everything I was kind of covering was on the 14 Pro. And also I'm remembering, I hear that the 14 Pro's battery life, even with the Max and regular, is not as good as it was. So I always like battery life to be extended, but not being minimized with what I consider not so much of an upgrade. So yeah, that's for me, guys. Sorry this was 12 minutes too long of a video, but I felt like it needed to be said. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Find me on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.